Hi everyone, welcome to day 11 of my manga advent calendar project. I'm Dai, and today I will be sharing my thoughts with you on Forget Me Not, which has story by Mag Hsu and manga by Nao Emoto. This one is published by Kodansha, rated older teen. So in this one, we follow a guy and he gets into an accident, and the person that kind of causes the accident, I would say, because he sees them and it's the reason he gets into the accident, ends up being the one calling the ambulance for him and saving his life. But he doesn't put together the face with a name in his memory. All he knows is that it was a woman from his past who he possibly had loved and maybe wronged. And he's now going through his memories of all of the women that he had come across in his life and trying to make that connection. And so we see memories of 3 women from his past in this particular volume, from his school days to his college days. And I think that's kind of how this series is going to go. I enjoyed this volume. I will say that after reading the first chapter, it kind of had the feel of like a Silent Voice, where, it's a person that he's wronged and then he, grows up and then tries to make things right. But we also get 2 other women in his life in this volume. The chapter names for this particular volume, when I looked at them at the beginning of the volume, I definitely had wondered about them because they referenced some dramas that I was familiar with. For example, the first chapter is called Nobuta, and there is a Japanese drama called Nobuta Will Produce, and so I had wondered if that had anything to do with that drama. And then the next few chapters are called My Sassy Girl, which is a Korean drama. It's actually a Korean movie, and it was kind of my introduction to Korean dramas. My brother had lent it to me, and so I kind of wondered about that too. Is there a connection there? And I won't tell you if there is actually a connection. I enjoyed this one. It definitely was interesting. You kind of feel bad for at least 2 of the girls in this particular volume. I don't know if the section with the 3rd woman at the end of this volume will continue in the 2nd volume, but I feel like there's more there that could be explored. And overall, I did really enjoy this volume. You definitely kind of see how he, as a person, has changed through the time where he was in his school days, through, high school and then university and things like that. So you see him grow, you see the different types of relationships he has with these women. And I thought overall it was a really interesting volume, and I'm definitely interested in reading more about his journey and finding out who the person was who called the ambulance for him. Thankfully, I do have 2 more volumes of this on my shelves, so I'll possibly be reading both of those volumes soon and then doing a series sampler video where you can get a bit more of a broader view of this series over the first 3 volumes. It's something that I had done previously, but I haven't done one of those in a while, and I feel like this series would be a good opportunity for me to go ahead and do another manga series sampler. So I think that is definitely in my cards, but overall I'm really happy that I finally dove into this one and experienced it, because I am interested in following this guy's journey and finding out who had made that call for him, and then seeing what his relationship was like with them from glimpses in his past. So those are my thoughts on Forget Me Not. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read this one and what you thought of it. If nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me a pink emoji down in the comments below, it would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. See you tomorrow for day 12 of my manga advent calendar project. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.